Our headlines today. Footage emerges of Conservative Party staff dancing and drinking at their London headquarters during the COVID lockdown in late 2020. A video has emerged showing some Conservative Party workers drinking and dancing at a Christmas party during COVID lockdown.
The footage, published by the Sunday Mirror, was taken at the Conservatives' headquarters in Westminster in December of 2020. That was when London was in Tier 2 restrictions. Our political correspondent Ian Watson has more.
Some Conservatives won't want to look in the mirror today. This is video footage of a gathering inside Conservative HQ in December 2020, when government restrictions said that only members of the same household and their support bubbles were allowed to socialise indoors. One of those in the video got an OBE in Boris Johnson's resignation honours list. And these were members of Sean Bailey's campaign team. He was running to be London Mayor. He's not in the video, but he's now about to go to the House of Lords, courtesy of Boris Johnson's honours list. The event had already been reported to the police and they had investigated. Last year they announced they'd take no further action and no one was fined. But they haven't yet responded to the new footage.
The victims of Tuesday's attacks in Nottingham will be remembered in special prayers at services across the city.
The prospect of more strikes at schools in England, the National Education Union announces 2 more days of action at the beginning of July.
Good morning. An incredible last-gasp victory for Scotland. 2 late goals gives them a shock win over Erling Haaland's Norway in their Euro qualifier. And Australia are fighting back in the first test of the Ashes. It is delicately poised with thunderstorms expected at Edgbaston.
And talking thunderstorms, some of you had a pretty disturbed night last night. Lightning, thunder across parts of the UK, and there are more severe storms to come through today.
It's 6:10. Football legend Graham Souness has set off on his Channel Swim relay to raise money for people living with a rare skin condition. That's after he was inspired to do so by 14-year-old Isla Gris.
Yeah, you might have been following this story on Breakfast, actually, previously. She's a gorgeous girl, and it's really moving, their connection. And there he is. He's hoping to raise over £1 million for the Deborah charity, which supports Isla and another 5,000 people in the UK who currently live with the condition. We'll have much more on that story tomorrow morning. But good luck with your ongoing swim, Graham, and all the team there in the channel, and all the support team as well, who are doing an amazing job for him. So really looking forward to seeing how they get on.
Yeah, and he was talking earlier in the week about it not being too lumpy, apparently the technical definition for smooth seas. Now, it is the Leeds 10K run today, and as part of the event, Rob Burrow and his family will take part in a special lap of honour for him.
Rob has become the face of the campaign to raise awareness of motor neurone disease after he was diagnosed with the condition in 2019. All the money raised goes towards Martin House, a hospice which provides care to children and young people with life-limiting and life-threatening illnesses. So I hope it goes brilliantly for everyone involved in that today. Let's just take a look at front pages first of all. And the Mirror leads on the story we're leading on this morning, that first video to emerge from Partygate, which runs in full on its website. The video claims to show this party back in 2020, where staff were dancing and drinking at the party's headquarters.
Get a grip is the headline in the Sunday Express. It reports leading Conservatives are urging MPs to put the Boris Johnson saga behind them and focus on the economy. It says a senior MP warns that the party faces mutually assured destruction if the infighting doesn't stop.
Lots of the papers feature the special Father's Day photo of the Prince of Wales and his children, which we've already shown you. The Mail's headline reads, "Who loves you, Daddy?"
Another royal feature on the front of the Times, Prince William to use his own land for social housing in a bid to end homelessness. In his first newspaper interview since being elevated to the Prince of Wales, he says he's absolutely committed to establishing social housing on the Duchy of Cornwall estate that comes with his new role.
I am mostly very excited about all the sport that's happening at the moment, particularly the Ashes, which we'll talk about later with Jane. And a brilliant result for Scotland last night. But this caught my eye as well in the papers this morning. Did you know that we are world champions at paintballing?
I did not know that.
Well, you do now. And apparently...
Is that an international competition?
I mean, I don't know how many different countries take part. Maybe there's only a couple and we happen to be quite good at it. But apparently...
We'll take it.
according to this, we are going to be defending, GB is going to be defending their world title in France in August. And Britain's women are also ranked second in the world, so they're going for gold as well. So it is a sport that I wasn't aware we're quite good at, hitting people with little balls of paint. It's taken very seriously by people who engage in it actively, because you associate it just with stag do's and hen parties and that kind of thing. But these are like, you know, proper athletes.
They're trained.
Yeah, they train, yeah.
I think that might be quite useful for this next story. So this is in the Times this morning, suggesting we've become a nation. I say become, I think we've always been a nation of passive-aggressive lovers. The paper making the point here that actually, because things are pretty rubbish at the moment, or maybe feel like they're a bit rubbish, it says, look, we've had a lot of life hassles, the pandemic, earthquakes, it's a mortgage crisis, shrinkflation, lots of stuff costing more than it used to. So we've resorted to more passive aggression. And it says even the smallest annoyance, like someone just chewing loudly, can trigger a passive aggressive outburst. And it says other countries are so much better at being direct about what they mean. Italians get irate. It says Danes are direct, but as Brits, we rely on the good old-fashioned passive.
Yeah. So it's OK to be intolerant, but just be open and upfront about it.
Yeah, I think
that would be a better way of doing it.
See, I think I don't go for passive aggression. I'm a quarter Dutch, so that means I'm just quite rude and blunt.
Oh, OK.
That's why. So I'm blaming my Dutch roots.
That's helpful to know.
Yeah, there you go.